Good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Mom and Son Podcast.
This is Rose Fres Fausto, FQ Mom.
And Anton Fausto the Son. We are recording here all the way in our family vacation in Tampa, Florida. So we're here for a couple of weeks. We're recording here in my uncle, Tito Jojo's house. Thank you for the hospitable welcome and the great stay. Yep. Okay, so the reason why we're here in the States isn't actually just for vacation.
Yeah, dinagdag na lang natin. Yes, Marvin and I had a course, took up a course on behavioral economics about negotiations, about employee and customer satisfaction
at
the Harvard
University
Business School. Yes, and then
is it the same as Harvard University?
Yeah, so it's like Ateneo. It has an
JG
undergrad, and then it has
postgrad.
MBA.
Is it the same campus as undergrad?
It's a huge campus, so parang may bridge punta ka dun sa kabila.
And this is in Boston.
Boston,
okay, so you studied there with Papa for a week.
Yeah.
It's a certificate course,
yes.
And then we decided to, syempre if you go to the States, medyo bitin
sulitin na ang biyahe na mahaba and visit your loved ones. And it so happens that my favorite brother lives here in Tampa. So we're here. We met up with you.
Yeah, the five of us just met here na nga. Mama and Papa left the Philippines first, and then dito na nga kami nagkita. And Kuya Marty is gonna be studying next week naman in Chicago in Kellogg University.
Kellogg is a top business school naman.
Yeah, okay. So today we'll be talking about not really the content and the subject matter of what Mama and Papa learned, which is what is the title again of your course?
It's Behavioral Economics, Understanding and Shaping Customer and Employee Behavior.
Okay, so it's something relatable. It's something relevant, rather.
Yes, very much. Not just to your customers, but also to your employees.
Okay, so we won't really be focusing on this behavioral economics, what they learned mismo, but we want to dissect and talk about the whole experience. Kasi it's one thing to study in Harvard, Harvard. It's another thing to study abroad. But what struck me and what's most interesting to me is that you and Papa took up a class and studied way beyond your years, kahit plus 50 na kayo. So that's why this topic is about going back to school
in your Lola
50.
years.
Yes.
It was so funny because
are these Lola and Lola years now? Not anymore Tito Tita years now.
Actually varied it. What are you talking about, my classmates?
No, you and Papa. Just you're being
we're old
ages.
now. We're in our golden age.
It's already Lola
50s
region
already. Yes.
Okay.
So diba what you're really interested to find out is that why go back to school at this point in our lives, no? And I think it's really because ako personally, I just want to be a student for life. Parang ayoko na huminto ako to learn something new. What I want to happen is that kahit na uugod-ugod na ako, I keep on learning something.
Yeah.
Not necessarily going.
It's something that doesn't stop when you graduate college.
Yes, because really, ang bilis kaya ng evolution ng mundo about the things that we use, kahit lang sa mga technology, di ba? So, and I think that is what makes your life interesting. So, naalala ko lang yung sinabi mo, di ba, we had a lot of homework prior to the start of the course.
Yeah.
And then I said, oh my God, parang so hindi nata ako sanay ito, sabi mo. That's okay, maybe you're just a bit, sabi mo, concerned, nervous, because the last time you were in school was 100 years ago.
Hindi naman. More than 30 years.
Yeah, 1985.
For both of you.
Yep.
Wow.
Although I went naman to grad school a couple of years after, but I didn't finish.
You and Papa took this. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what was the whole decision process to joining this? Like, when did it all start?
Because, syempre, di ba, behavioral economics nga is the path that I'm pursuing now.
Yes.
I've already met up with the rockstar behavioral economists such as Dan Ariely, the father of behavioral economics himself, Richard Thaler. And actually, si Richard Thaler nga, sabi niya, no need to take up a course. But parang syempre maganda rin if you take up something with structure.
Yeah.
After I've taken up something online and a one-day workshop back in 2016 under Dan Ariely, parang we wanted more. And Papa found this course, which was being offered by Harvard, and so he asked me
So,
if I
search
wanted.
lang online, ganun.
Yes, and we went kasi to Harvard University several years ago.
To look at the
Hindi,
facilities.
para bang naghahanap-hanap lang kami. Tapos siguro may na-inception kami doon na one day we will go back to study. And para daw ma-experience naman namin ang maging campus sweethearts. Because as you
Yeah.
guys would say, di ba, baka we were not yet ready for each other. Even if we were just a couple of years apart in our batches in Ateneo,
You never saw each other.
we never ever saw each other. Or maybe we did, but we didn't meet each other. So
Okay.
yun.
And of course, the credibility that comes to it when you were able to complete a week class, that's something universally acknowledged and understood.
And ang ganda ng network kasi syempre the quality of our classmates there, mga head ng ganito, ng ganyan, and they're also, ang dami mong matututunan. And of course, the people, the professors, sila yung mga, kaya nga ako, I was a bit starstruck there because I would just read about their studies.
And then now you...
Sir!
Talaga?
Yes.
So you kind of knew your professors already. You knew of your professors
Yes,
before you
yes.
even
Yeah.
met them.
Tapos mga, ano to no? Mga authors sila ng ganitong libro na binasa mo. Nakaka-excite. Parang medyo, parang
May
Michael
konting-
Jackson ka na.
May konting pagka-starstruck.
Ang konti. Oo, kaya nakiki-selfie ako.
Makiki-FQ1-2han pa. Okay, abangan nyo yun.
Kwentuhan ba with them.
Yeah.
So, it was really fun. And of course, the subject matter was something that Papa and I are very interested in. So, yun pa lang, tuntua na kami, no? Even
Yeah.
if we already knew a lot of the things that were discussed there, may mga new dimensions, new insights that we had because of that structure, because of the contribution from each member. We were 92 in our class.
Oh, really?
Ang dami namin from all over the world. Tapos, alam mo, ang ganda. Para bang napaka-conducive to learning. Ang ganda ng Harvard Business School campus. Yung amenities.
Di ba parang hotel nga yung ano?
Oo.
And you and Papa weren't even allowed to stay
Hindi pwede.
in the same room.
Hindi pwede. Kanya-kanya. Tapos, so yung room mo, so kompleto yan. May malaki kang screen. You can study there. Tapos, if you go out, there's a lounge just for you. Like, we were also grouped into two smaller groups. May group of 7 kami. Every morning, we would discuss the cases to be taken up in class. So, nandun, tapos complete. Meron ka doon mga kape-kape, may Starbucks pa dyan, may snacks ka, may
libre,
healthy, may
Starbucks?
unhealthy. Yeah.
Oh.
Ang boga! Talagang, you're so pampered and it is just so conducive to learning. Nakakabong. Ang sarap. I really would like for all of you to
That's something
experience
that's
that
sort of learning, what's that term? Learning by design, learning by structure.
By design, it's really conducive.
It's not
to learning.
anymore yung tipong you really need to, has to be an innate drive for you na if you want to learn and get better, you really need to be the one who want to. Parang at this, nandyan na lahat.
Oo.
Nandyan na lahat. Wala ka na
Nandiyan
excuse.
Parang it's so much easier to learn than not to learn.
I think that's the way nga it should, that is the ideal way. And it's nice that you got to experience it. Yung what is the ideal form of education ba? Okay, let's jump
Tapos,
into your...
syempre, sa labas, ang ganda. May mga squirrels.
Talaga?
Oo, and autumn was about to start. So, nag-uumpisa na mag-gold yung mga leaves ng mga trees in the campus. And, ang ganda-ganda ng campus. But then, I would tell Papa na, teka, hindi naman masyado. At least the newer part, doon sa business school, hindi naman masyado nalala yung Ateneo dito.
Yeah. Pero syempre, iba kung maginis yung air, malamig. Malamig. But then right outside is kalimutan. Okay. Anyway, now that we have we discussed yung parang what's the setting like and what are the biggest challenges naman of studying again after decades and decades of not being inside a classroom?
Well, first of all, it was costly. Mahal siya, no? So, if you I wonder siguro wala ang nagbibigay ng scholarship unless your company, I think a lot of our classmates there were sent by their respective companies. Syempre ako, I was representing IFE management, so that's
Yeah.
So it's costly, but it's, for me at least, it's worth all the money that you spend for. And
Sulit
then,
na sulit talaga.
siya. And then, of course, the time, di ba kung minsan kasi if you're busy now with what you're doing from where you are, it is quite difficult to carve out time na tuloy-tuloy
Yeah,
kang
you kind of
mawawala.
uproot yourself and
Yeah.
you have to take, it's not a vacation. It's, yeah.
Yun. Tapos siguro...
How about yung having homework, having to be in a classroom mismo? Kasi learning nga never stops. But then, to go back to that setting na, kasi I can imagine na if I were in your shoes, nagawa ko na to before. I had, 20 years of education, ganyan. But then, you're a different person na talaga now that and then you're gonna go back to that setting you were in when you were a kid.
Siguro kung medyo, feelingera ka, you would be a little bit impatient with the memas. Yung
Okay.
But there is always something to be learned, huh?
Yes.
Even
it's
from
just
the
that
adult
baka
version.
you can remove 40% of what that person said.
Yeah,
you can still get the same message.
Oh, by the way, for those who don't know, tell them what mema is.
Mema means mema sabi lang. So, those are the... Dami mga ganun yung super pabibo na...
so, iba, in college, may ganyan na.
Oo,
Siyempre,
in
meron
grade
din yan
school,
sa
in high school. Oo, na... Especially those na don't tingin... Either you don't even know what to say, yung nagpapasikat ka na, I know so much, you're saying so much, even if that's not, you don't need to naman.
Oo. Pero kasi gano'n naman talaga di ba? May kanya-kanya naman tayong characteristics. And it just happens.
And ways of expression.
Tanggapin mo na lang. It's part of the... And then, we would start laughing na lang. Nakakatawa na rin Yung mga comment niya, nakakatawa na rin.
Okay. So, how was it naman, like...
Oh, the challenge pa pala that I remember. The big challenge for me was that, syempre, all the way from Southeast Asia, no? E di, syempre, may jet lag ka pa. Alam mo ba yung day 1 namin? It started kasi at 2:45 p.m.
Yung class?
Oo, until 9 p.m.
Oh, wow. Why?
Oh, ewan ko. Kasi there's a nice exercise there. It's called the Mount Everest group exercise, and so what happened was that the following day, the Monday, antok na talaga ako nung afternoon.
Wait, the first day was
myself. So the first day...
What day of the week was that?
It was a Sunday, We started on a Sunday. Yes. Akala ko nga nun, hello lang yun yung Sunday na. Hindi, serious na kagad. Serious na kagad. So talagang medyo, kumbaga, hindi mo pa mararamdaman yung pagod mo because medyo may
you're there and wow.
Tsaka the activity, lively rin Tapos, nung following day, dun ako, oh my God, I was crashing already.
So, 9 p.m. nag-end. What time did it start on Monday naman?
8
a.m.? Wow.
8 a.m. Ganon. That was...
Nakatulog ka ba in any of the classes?
Hindi. I would pinch myself.
Sana naman.
And then I was having
that would be the most
headache.
expensive nap.
I know. Meron nga akong isang classmate.
That's what I think sometimes if we were watching a movie in a cinema tapos nakatulog ako, ang mahal ng nap ko.
Mahal nun.
Mas gago na to.
$10 magkano yung
yung exchange rate. Okay.
Yeah, so that one is a challenge. That's why nilagay ko yun dun sa feedback ko na baka pwede, wag naman ganun, kagrabe.
Na 9 p.m. tas 8 a.m.
So I even brought my oil na para pang headache.
Okay, of course. The essential oils.
Yes. And then I recovered and then you get to be friends with the classmates. Kakatuwa sila. They were so inspired daw na kami, husband and wife.
Kayo lang ba yung mag-asawa nun?
Yes, kami lang yung husband and wife doon. And of course, they also liked that what we were really trying to solve was how to make investing for everyone here in the Philippines.
So they understood your vocation, your purpose. Let's talk about meeting different people from around the world. And this is not just about the diversity of the crowd and how they come from all these different lands. Probably some you haven't, but I'm sure some countries you've never been to. But then these are not just from different places. They are the very, very successful ones from around the world. So how's that like?
Well, on the superficial level, tuwa ako that there is such a huge diversity in accent. Aliw ako.
But all in English, syempre. You can't go there if you can't.
Everybody spoke in English, but in different, even our main professor was an Italian American. So, tuwa ako dun sa kanyang accent. And then talaga from all over the world. So, ikaw, go ka lang sa iyong Pinoy accent na parang American na ewan.
Tama.
And ano pa? So, really, what I learned, well, I've known this, pero mas naramdaman mo ulit, no, na people from all over the world are so different and yet so much the same. Pareho lang din tayo. Pareho lang din tayo ng mga inaasam-asam sa buhay.
How about the humor? Would there be some common ground, or is that something even?
Oo nga, no?
That's one of the things I really notice. That's different.
Our main professor, Francesca Gino, she's the Italian-American. Nakakatuwa because, yun nga sinasabi nga niya na nagiging funny siya just because she doesn't really know the nuances of the American English language. So, yung mga sasabihin niya, I would like to touch all of you. Para mag-touch your lives in the Italian accent. So, aliw-aliw lang. So, the humor, and siguro kasi everybody naman is exposed to Hollywood, di ba?
Yeah.
To American way of living.
So, yun. And the fact that you're all there in the States.
Yes.
Okay. How about the staying in a dorm style? Kasi, you haven't experienced this. Before pa.
Hindi ako mag-dorm. But there was a point in my life na I lived with a cousin of mine para mas malapit siya sa school. So, yung staying in a dorm, we inquired, can we just stay in a room? Diba? I know you can't. So, it's part already of the
It's
tuition.
a very immersive thing.
Pero alam mo, okay na rin yun. Para mas tutok ka rin siguro sa pag-aaral. But, we were also wondering, kasi syempre Papa and I are so sanay to be sleeping on the same bed every single night, no? So, you could say that could probably be the longest time. That we were not sleeping beside each other.
Na you're in the same area. Because aren't there times naman na papos abroad or something?
Pero parang wala pang ganun katagal.
Na 1 week.
6 months? Kasi
6 months? 6 days?
Sorry, 6 days, 6 nights. Kasi sometimes, pag meron siya, or even when I was still in the corporate world before I became a homemaker full-time, pagka meron kaming medyo long trip, sumusunod yung isa eh. So, di ba? May ganon. So,
how was
this
that like?
could be. Okay lang. Tapos, kumisa nga nagjo-joke dahil he would bring me to my room. Pwede naman eh. Eh di medyo hihiga-higa lang muna siya dyan. Hindi mo na hindi mo ako matiis. Arte-artehan lang. Tapos, may mga nakakakita sa akin, what are you doing there? Ganyan.
Talaga? Or joke lang?
Gino-joke din. So what are you up to? Ganyan.
Wala mga hall monitor or
Wala
prefect?
naman.
Okay, what would be your advice to people who already graduated a long time ago but are kind of thinking pa on, should I take classes again?
Ay, nako, super recommended yan. You save up for it. In fact, kung mahilig ka rin lang naman, it doesn't have to be a nerdy thing to learn about. It could be, ikaw, kung gusto mong mag-aral sa Juilliard, di ba? No? The things that interest you and would make you a better person. Pwede sa profession mo or just in life in general. Something na type mo lang, We always say, let's travel to learn, But if you add that dimension of really studying, para pag may structure kasi, mas madali mo rin siyang ma-file sa memory mo, di ba? And then you can...
Hindi siya a random experience na you learned from.
Of course, there's also a value to that, yung spontaneous learning when you're traveling.
Outside the classroom.
But if you are okay with it, I would highly recommend, do look for something to study.
Yeah.
And when you travel, idugtong mo yun. Ang galing eh. Tapos syempre, it also adds to your resume, sa mga credentials mo. And of course, the network that you will create in going forward.
I think that would be one of the more valuable and important parts about it. It's the people you meet and the connections you make. Because you can learn, the way people learn naman talaga kasi are from other people and from other people's experiences.
Yeah, that's true. So yun, ang galing niya. Okay siya. I highly recommend it. So, di ba, uso ngayon talaga, traveling is the best way to learn. So, in the future, why don't you add that? A dimension of learning or structured learning.
But then, when you pick a subject, hindi naman porket, ibang bansa, porket Harvard, ganyan. Doesn't mean that it's the one for you na. You still have to do your research. Syempre, in picking the course,
Yes.
picking what school, the
Correct.
timing and everything.
Or, pwede mo rin naman baliktarin. If you have been, for example, nung bata ka, na gusto mo mag-aral sa Harvard, pero it's just way too expensive.
Yeah.
And it's so difficult to get in, di ba? Even if you have the money naman, di ka naman basta-basta makakapasok
Yeah,
sa
or even if
Harvard.
you're smart, doesn't mean you're smart.
Exactly. Oo, kasi ang selection process ng Harvard, So, if that has been in your dreams, I don't know if it was in my dreams. Basta, and then, ngayon na matanda ka na,
Find a way to
and
make
then
it
you
work.
want to experience it, well,
Why
by
not?
all means, Ngayon nga, parang naisip na ni Papa, ano pa kaya gusto naming campus life na experience? Diba? Siyempre, may mga Oxford.
And after this, are you and Papa set na this isn't the last time? You wanna
Definitely.
do it again?
We wanna do it again. Parang study trip. Yung bang, yung, di ba may Friday date kami, na ganyan,
okay. This is a level up.
We would like to add something like, syempre, it doesn't have to be naman every year, no? Depende. So, if probably we find something interesting to learn again and a campus that's interesting, or I don't know kung ano man yung environment, it's really nice. You learn with your loved one, you experience new things with your loved one. It really enriches your married life a bit more. And if you're not married, just go ahead, do it on your own.
It's not something that you need to do when you're past 50 na. It's something you can, it's something you should be open to and to think about. And sana nga in the future na magawa niyo pa, tapos gawin natin ulit family vacation.
Oo nga. And you know, baka nga on the local front, pwede rin itong gawin eh. So baka yung there's this university, I don't know, tungkol sa filmmaking ba? Na supposed to
In
be
the Philippines.
high-tech. Oo. I don't know if that's in Cebu or something. So if that is your line or your interest, why don't you go there? Kung may mga short courses silang tinuturo. So life should be a continuous journey of learning.
It doesn't end just because it doesn't end in graduation.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for the experience on how the whole Harvard life was for Mama and Papa. But for sure naman, you aren't just gonna keep all these lessons.
Yes. In fact, I do have readers who are already telling me, we're so excited to learn about what you learned.
And you've been teasing and saying from before pa naman na you didn't want to come up with the next book yet until you did this Harvard thing.
The book 2 of the FQ trilogy is really about behavioral economics, and it talks about why financial education alone does not work in improving one's financial situation.
And now this data, this information is gonna have some Harvard-backed credibility.
Super backed kaya siya. Harvard-backed, the University of Chicago backed.
Around the world.
University. So watch out for it, and I'd probably be writing about it also in my column. Ay, nakaka-excite. Namin gustong gawin. So, pero gusto ko muna magbakasyon konti.
yeah, this is really so. Alright, so that's it. Thank you guys again for listening to this episode of Mom and Son Podcast.
This has been Rose Fausto, the mom, also known as FQ Mom.
And Anton Fausto the son, recording all the way from Tampa, Florida.
Florida.
See you guys again next week.
Bye.
Bye. Mom and Son Podcast airs every Tuesday at 7 a.m. or anytime at your convenience and can be streamed on Spotify, Buzzsprout, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. Just search Mom and Son Podcast for your weekly dose of family, finance, passions, and everything in between. For all questions and suggestions on topics or people to interview, email us at antonfausto@gmail.com.